Hello, and welcome to another crack at the Tangle Tower and the puzzles within. And I guess there's a murder. I hope you're all well. I've been feeling a bit under the weather, but it's ups and downs. Today is a bit of an up day, so we're gonna get into the puzzling. Hi, Katie. Good to see you. Uh, I hope the sounds are acceptable. There was an update on the old software. OBS is hopefully behaving. Uh, at least hope you can hear me. Because if not, that would be bad. uh, let's see. How is everything going? Oh, no problem at all. I'm just glad you can hear me. You do you. I hope you're having fun painting, and you should totally tell me about it if you want to. Right. Puzzles. I don't know. What did we do last time? There were things. Let's just check it out. I think. Oh, right. We met everyone, and then we reviewed their stories. And honestly, I feel like. Oh, right. Let me just look at this. Because there was a thing that I had thought of. Oh, bearded iris. Oh, right. Violet is the color of the month for you, right? So that's cool. I feel like I know what that plant looks like. Vaguely. Maybe I have the same picture in my head, like where you are right now with the blobs. It's like, yeah, I'm sure I know what a iris looks like. That's definitely a plant people know. I know what plants look like. Right, so we've met everyone. These are all the suspects, and this is the victim, Freya. And we heard all their stories, and I feel like we did that thing where we compared it, and there was no inconsistencies. But I remembered something, because I've been thinking about this, because it's so fun. Felix told us. Oh, hang on. Did I forget something? I might have forgotten something. I did. I forgot to put the music of the game through my headphones. I don't know if you had like double music or if it's not that bad through the microphone, but like, yeah, I'm so on top of things. Can't believe it. Right. Felix told us he heard two sets of steps go down the stairs, and the second pair of steps was Poppy, and that was confirmed. So Felix heard someone else leave. But he didn't hear Poppy and Fitz go up the stairs. I don't know. I kind of am unsure how to proceed. But I think we can just ask people about other people and about things we found. So maybe we should do that. Oh, hang on. What did we find? Oh, lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Okay. It feels like we're missing 3 things at least. But I don't know how this game works, so... These are definitely things that are important, I think. And those... I I wonder. And maybe the feathers too. It's weird when you stop a game like this in the middle. Oh right, we did that. We did the suspect statements. I feel like there's something else that goes here, so maybe we need to go back and talk to people. Okay, let's just do that, because I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. I know it's a garden.
It's currently far away.
We could walk.
Ready when you are.
Oh, right, I forgot how to move in this game. It's like this. Okay, I don't think we can do the puzzle.
I'm still not sure about
Should we take another look?
No, I think we can look at it like this. And we haven't seen any of these things yet. So let's move on. Honestly, I want to find more puzzles.
It's a path through the garden.
Oh,
leads up to the house.
fudge.
I assume.
Yes, I keep forgetting that I don't click to move. I use the map. I don't think there's anything else. Why am I moving one bit? Who should we ask first? Yeah, I figured. I don't think I can break anything by talking to people. Let's just annoy them to no end and see what happens. There's definitely book characters that I really like that end up having to try and solve some kind of crime. Yes, Tangle Tower. Welcome back, Keffel. What was I saying? Oh yeah, book characters that need to solve a crime for some reason, and they usually employ the method of I'm gonna annoy people so much by asking questions. The person that is guilty will eventually just end up trying to kill me, and so I find out who it is. It's not the case here, obviously, because that's not the kind of game, but it's always kind of funny. Right, we can... Did we... Oh, we asked about some people already. Good, let's ask about Fitz.
I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse, but I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers in secret.
Whoa, scandal.
Experimental
I just
flowers.
wonder if he's getting restless.
Interesting, okay.
Professor
Pointer.
Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
So is that her employer?
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoilt child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse.
Okay, we have an age.
Poppy
I don't think we
has
had that
remarkable
before.
musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
Interesting, okay. Let's just ask about everything? That feels like a lot. Maybe we can ask about important things.
Tangle Tower. No
That feels
idea why they insist on
unimportant.
calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I
Ordinary.
was disappointed too.
They don't really seem ordinary to me. They seem super fucking weird most of the time. I mean, she's an outsider. Let's just see what she has to
Some breed
say.
of amphibious humanoid.
Is that helpful?
Potentially bipedal. Although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Huh, that is super unhelpful. Right. Huh, maybe
You
the
got
egg.
it open. I'm impressed. I
It
managed
wasn't-
it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
Oh.
It was empty yesterday, too.
Hiding the
It was.
what?
Perhaps it's always been empty.
Uh-huh. Hiding the what?
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see
Is
a
it a
knife anywhere in
knife?
Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
If you eliminate the impossible, whatever remain. No, wait. If you eliminate the. No, if you eliminate impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. We haven't eliminated everything but the painting yet, so let's hang on. But tell me about
When did
that.
Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking.
No.
She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others, anyway.
That's not helpful.
I
What about
admit,
this?
It's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just
No.
wanted it for reference.
But why? I don't know if this is getting us anywhere, to be fair. I feel like the family has more interesting things to say. Where's Poppy? I think we're missing 2 of Poppy's poems, if I remember correctly. Yes, 2 more.
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Huh. Interesting. Not a good opinion of her dad?
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Okay, Poppy. Tell me about the ripped photograph.
I don't know what that is.
Are you sure?
Considering we found it hidden in your room?
It also looks like you.
My room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me.
Not gonna happen.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
Okay. Let's ask about the feathers from the roof
I see a lot
garden.
of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Helpful.
I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a little protective.
Controlling? Sure, call it protective.
Those petals,
What about them?
it's nothing.
Uh-huh.
They're just unusual.
Yeah, they're from that very, very normal-looking rose bush of the from the rooftop garden, which is interesting.
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
Probably because he doesn't. It looks too...
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us? Oh.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
8 notes. That feels like it's important. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it, but I feel like it's important.
It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Okay.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
But maybe it used to be your style. Or am I just making this up? I might be making it up.
Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
I mean, it could be painful. Take it from me. I once fell into a rose bush and I still have a scar.
Do you know
Maybe
where
this one.
those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belonged to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway.
In
Can't
a-
remember exactly.
There is something about noise. But she was stabbed. I don't understand.
When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it
I
was
think
a
it's a
stupid thing to say.
feather.
The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But
It might
was
be a
blood on the
feather.
tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue.
There's
Tell me how
blood
it
on the
helps.
painting.
Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
But it's blood. Like, the reason I think something with a high tone, some kind of loud noise or something is involved is because Freya's
Why is
paints
the
are
glass
also
cracked down
broken.
one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
Yeah, that's...
No way. Freya took
makes
good
no
care
sense.
of her stuff.
And, like... Right, the gramophone is broken, we have broken glass paint bottles, and we have the earmuffs. I don't know how it connects, but there seems to be, like, a thread of noise something somehow.
This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any
Huh.
idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
Okay. Okay, so we find out stuff. This is good. So really we should talk about everything because I don't think I can tell what is important and what isn't.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly?
Oh. How nice.
Okay, that...
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
I don't know why she looked like that. but I feel like she always
That
looks like
belongs
that.
to Flora, I think.
The bird book? Huh.
So there are two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm
3
not getting
pointers and 5
anywhere.
fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's
Oh,
your
she
mother now?
left.
No idea.
Okay. Rude.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
So maybe she was stabbed as she was already...
What do you
Nah.
make of the statue?
I don't know.
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird.
Helpful? I don't even remember what the letter
Don't you
was
think that's weird?
about.
That the letter isn't addressed to anyone or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you?
Huh. I mean, it was left right outside the door.
What was inside?
Nothing.
Huh. Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
What do we have? We have the photo
I
of the
think everybody
painting.
sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she
Maybe-
wanted to take control of it.
Yeah.
Thinking something of physical form can make it easier to deal with.
Or you
Well,
get it out of your
Sometimes.
head. The
Is that
diary?
Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
That doesn't mean you
Yeah,
read that
we are.
diary.
It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it. Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
Huh. Okay, we've got one thing left. Oh, right, there was
You
some...
get some weird insects around here.
I wouldn't
I've
be
never
surprised.
seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
In a box?
Why?
For fun, obviously.
Don't they die? We asked about the people. There's nothing else. Interesting. Oh! Oh, I got an achievement for listening to Poppy's poems. Cool. Honestly, I don't know if that helped me anything. We learned about the headphones, the ear protectors. Poppy said she found them in a hallway. which I guess is a start. I want to talk to Fifi. Right.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased.
Yeah.
Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort.
Oh, you're
when
right.
talking
There was
to
a
me.
terrarium.
There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
It wasn't really an answer, but thanks, Fifi. Right, Flora is her mother, if I remember correctly.
Flora Fellow. Age, 44.
44.
Unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you
Okay.
not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
Wait, she suffered a great loss? Hi, Singing Kettle. Yes, there's been a murder. There was one last week, technically. I guess. Sort of. I feel like I've not gotten very close to whoever killed Freya. But
Felix Fellow.
we're
Age,
learning things.
53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No? Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the 2 possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
Interesting. I mean, let's just ask about everybody. That
Name,
makes things
Fiona
easier.
Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact.
Oh, jeez.
Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
Oh.
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly 1 grandparent.
Oh, this family is confusing. They're
Name,
all
Haksha.
named
Age, unknown. Profession, private
like
detective.
with alliteration,
Likes, quote,
and it's
being
so
left
confusing.
alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
The fellows are all have names starting with F, and the pointers have all names starting with a P, and it's annoying. And I get confused all the time. But we will find
Name,
out
Fitzfellow,
who murdered
age,
Freya
24. Profession,
somehow.
cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist?
Yeah, he has weird plans.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So, what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
Huh.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
A knife. But up to Pointer Tower. Okay. Let's remember that. That's the first actual knife anybody has seen.
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Oh, she hates him. But he's so fucking rude to everybody,
Me.
so, like...
Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes.
Okay.
Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Huh. Okay.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, oh. Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
I love Poppy. Okay. Tell me about your diary.
A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
Thanks for being so
This
very
photograph
descriptive.
It's my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Quite.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Uh-huh. I mean, like, this is... I'm pretty sure it's Poppy. Right?
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Huh. That was interesting.
A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
I think I found the red paint somewhere else in his room. I think.
It is a
Oh,
model
yes.
of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
Oh. Oh, it is a feather in the fucking picture. There's a red and white bird in that thing. And this is a red and white feather. And this is... I don't understand this. Questions. So many
Freya
questions.
is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness. But in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint.
Yeah, we
but
know
blood.
it's blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course. The red
Questions.
paint on the brush is not paint. It is
Yeah.
blood.
we
Save for the
figured that
palette.
out.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Me neither, and it's annoying. I want to find out everything.
Is she
Okay, the same laugh.
laughing?
It's the same laugh as for this picture, which is aesthetically very similar. And it feels like it's Poppy, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just imagining things and this is a different person with PP or FF or whatever initials.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood. not
Wait, what?
paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No,
Eh.
in fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
I mean, that means... What does that mean? Freya prepared blood in a paint bottle and then actually painted the red on the painting for effect, I guess. Also, that's super unhygienic, I feel. And it's not gonna look red forever. It's gonna go brown and flaky. But, you know, whatever floats your boat. So... The blood on the painting and the blood in the paints has nothing to do with... It has nothing to do with her murder?
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Huh.
Hmm.
So somebody else left it in the library? I think it's the same bird as the one on these little... The red and white bird.
The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
Oh, you can't
It's
eat
not
it.
edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth.
And your stomach.
That blade.
It's a troll for
But-
gardening.
Oh. She thought Fitz was holding a blade when he went up to point a tower, and she thinks this is a blade. So he was holding a trowel. This? I feel like I'm confident connecting. So this is maybe a gift from Penelope? Because it doesn't look like something Fitz would own. Maybe... Wait, where did we find it? Have to look that up later.
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
This looks like a wine glass.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are,
Oh,
yes.
that's where it was?
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
Is
Oh,
it anything
jeez.
to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
Yeah, communication, people. If you just talk to each other, things would be different. Pretty sure.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues. What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
I mean, yeah, those are definitely from her birds.
I am scared of birds.
Oh no.
It is
Oh,
an irrational
Fifi is
fear.
like you,
I have
Katie.
No suitable explanation.
Oh.
It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what.
I mean, the silhouette could be Penelope.
Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Good question.
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next!
I mean, have they lost their power though?
Now this is
Just have to look at
interesting.
a chicken.
Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You could.
I
Actually?
would not say that, however.
Oh. You wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
True. The emus also sometimes remember. Also, their
That belongs
feet
to
are
my
bigger
mother.
than the
I think
chickens.
she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
True.
Yeah. What's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Okay, that was helpful.
Curious.
Thanks, Fifi.
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's
Oy.
quite an inheritance.
They
She
can't
looks
make you do
thrilled.
anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
Oh. I would if I could. Most of them are stone.
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know
And we
Freya
cracked the
was
first one,
stabbed
the
with a
golden
knife,
one.
And then she fell.
Correction.
There was nothing in it.
She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
Yeah.
Apart from the one in the painting.
which
It's
as a
not a
mere
knife.
abstract representation does not count.
Pretty sure it's
Nobody
not
has
a
ever been
knife.
stabbed by the concept of a knife.
True. Yeah, she was stabbed by something. What could she have been stabbed with?
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Gee.
Right. But why?
I do not know why.
And the
The
harp
statue
statue.
itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp.
So do
Have
we.
you deciphered their meaning yet?
Nope.
We're working on it.
We are.
Kind of. Okay. We've got all out of Poppy.
There's
That-
something about that diary we found in Fifi's room.
Yes.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
I mean, we just did. I'm so confused. Didn't we just ask her about the diary? Oh. Oh, this is new. I think I asked her about all the things, so now I've got a suspicion, which was locked until just now. Ooh. Okay, we did something right, I think. Or maybe not. Let's just
Is
do it.
this your diary, Fifi?
It's
we found
not.
it in your
I'm
bedroom.
pretty sure it's not.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
It's
Why
Fred's.
is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation.
Uh-huh.
Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So there are secrets written in here?
and this particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
No, it's somebody else's diary.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
But Freya
We
was
need a clue to
carrying it.
compare with the diary. Something to prove. who
Oh,
the
okay, we're
original
doing
owner
like
was.
connections now. Yes, here. I know this because I've seen this. This one. How do I do this?
Let's
Like
take
so?
a closer look at this.
There it is. And it doesn't have a lock. Wait. Oh no, I have to form like these weird sentences which confused the shit out of me last time. Oh, okay. This is easier. Like this blue book was it wasn't hidden inside the secret diary. Is the same thing as the secret diary, which belongs to...
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
I don't know. Was that right? Oh, I have to click. I keep forgetting to click. Okay, why would Fifi be hiding Freya's diary? Good question. What was that one about? I forgot what the letter is about. Okay, what do we have? Didn't know about, was always suspicious of, destroyed, thought there wasn't, didn't want anyone to see. Maybe Freya didn't want anyone to see something? I mean, maybe Freya didn't want anyone to see her personal secrets that were in the diary. That feels like it's a loop. Or maybe Poppy thought there wasn't. Didn't want anyone to see. The drawings were somewhere else. I don't know. This feels... Okay, I feel like the first one has to be one of the girls, right? Yeah. Yeah, that makes... Otherwise it doesn't really make any sense. I'm not sure about destroy. That makes not a lot of sense. I'm so confused. I don't think anything is buried in a garden. That feels out of left field. Everyone knew about within Freya's diary. I forgot what the secret letter was about. Should have looked at it. Kept in her bedroom. I feel like it has to be this, and I'm not sure what. I mean, the only real answer has to be the within Freya's diary if we're asking why Fifi was hiding the diary. This is definitely one of those things I'm just too precious about. I need to just do something. I mean, Fifi didn't want... Poppy didn't want anyone to see... Like this?
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something...
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right.
Okay.
Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
Okay. Okay, I can't click on it. It's back in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Ooh. Jasmine, Earl Grey, vanilla, or rose? I would probably be Earl Grey or jasmine would be my vote. I think vanilla is always too sweet for me, but like a red candle is very cool. I do like drinking Earl Grey. I'm not sure I've ever had it as a rose one is pink. That's the closest. Okay. Technically, I feel like I have red candles somewhere. There's like apple cinnamon Christmas candles or something. Yeah, I feel like vanilla tends to be too much for me most of the time. I get headaches. But it's not that it's a bad scent, it's just usually, I don't know if it's highly concentrated or what about that scent that gives me headaches. Maybe it's just flashbacks to that one particular deodorant that everybody was wearing in like 8th grade. Oh, that's fun. Oh, so these are tea candles or like candles from a tea company. That's cool. I mean, the Earl Grey definitely has to smell super nice, right? Just trying to think how Earl Grey smells. I like Earl Grey has like the bergamot, right? So a little bit citrusy. And honestly, they could all be super fun. Just maybe don't do all of them at once. That might be a bit much. Okay, we're reading a secret diary. Do I read it from this way, right? Yeah, citrus and lavender, right? Citrus forward. Wait, lavender and the Earl Grey? Oh, that's fun. Cool. I like the scent of lavender. If it's not too much. Again, I think I'm just sensitive to scents. I'm pretty sure. just not too much for me, thank you very much. Okay, wait, what is she talking about? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soulbearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to the harp. She figured out the harp. I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. What? I do love a scent. To be fair, I do very much enjoy things that smell nice. I just have to be careful. Because sometimes things get too heavy and that just is bad for me. No, that's unhelpful. I don't think that diary, I mean, yes, it told us stuff, but also it didn't really answer too many questions. But something about the middle, like the middle of the house, which is super fucking weird anyways. And something about the harp. Freya figured out the harp. I have to look at the harp.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Yes, let me look. Are these... Okay, it's one symbol. And the rest are shapes. Are these all the same shapes? No, they're not the same shapes. But similar ones. Right? Yeah. Interesting. So bird is Penelope. Piano is Poppy. Mouth and bell. Huh. Those don't really tell me anything. But these are weird shapes. Interesting.
Let's come back later.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at them again. Let's talk to Fitz about his weird plants and the trowel. I feel like, oh, he's so loomy. I still feel like we're missing like 2 things. Like this is, okay, we need to ask the right questions to get like this unlocked so we can go further.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
Any additional suffering. What did she lose? Tell me, somebody.
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
This house. No communication skills whatsoever.
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
Huh.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Hawkshaw already didn't tell us the truth. Hawkshaw said she looked at everything. But I think we were asking about the house.
She was
so...
always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
Insect.
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, that's... It was a joke.
Yeah, I
was
don't think that
joking.
landed.
Oh, I see.
That was unhelpful.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Okay, that guy's definitely looking for something, and I feel like he hired Hawkshaw.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't
Why?
really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Interesting. Let's see what he has to say about
Poppy
Poppy.
and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Nothing like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Huh. So did I just make wrong assumptions, or is he just clueless, or is he lying? There's 3 options. We might just start at the top.
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
I mean,
The
honestly,
lake
it looks
like
really
it forms
nice.
a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And
Oh,
those
yeah.
mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call
Oh.
it an informed estimation.
Freya painted that. Interesting. I don't know what it's supposed to tell me, honestly. I'm
Who
sure there's
gave
something.
you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I
Well-
never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
Yeah, that would be a twist. I don't know how okay, we were I don't know how to deal with
That
any
looks
of
like
this
it might belong
information.
to Poppy. It's of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What would they say?
Oh.
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
Okay, Poppy definitely knows more than she lets on.
How odd.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Oh. Kneeling, but not by the body.
It's an egg with feet.
I don't
It was
know.
locked, but we opened it, but it was empty.
Fun story.
No, that one's true. It's not a joke. Honestly, I could do with more puzzles. I at
There's
least knew how to
something
solve
off
them.
about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
Ooh. Okay. That's first. Something about a palette and then look at Flora's room, okay? We might as well
That
continue
belongs to
asking.
Poppy.
So, why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure.
Flora is his aunt, right?
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Uh-huh. See? That pink stuff is Poppy.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
True.
Felix made that? Huh. That's quite sweet, really.
Okay.
Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
Wait, what?
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you, in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Are we done?
Nope.
It's Fifi and Freya.
He's
Don't you
gonna
think
tell
Poppy
us.
should be in the photo too?
Oh,
Maybe,
whoops.
maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
Ah,
Penelope
okay.
knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Oh, I
Actually,
will.
I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's
Okay.
incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks. Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
I don't know if we have to ask more about the diary
This is a
because
good
we got it
example of how
open.
things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and
Gemmy.
stony.
Sometimes, you never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
Oh yeah, the trowel.
Yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
No.
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
I mean, it wasn't in a greenhouse, so he's not using it. That's what he said.
What's with the broken glass?
Good question.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right.
I mean, not
Of course.
always.
Any idea who this is?
Yeah, tell me.
No idea.
Uh-huh, that was a fucking lie.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need
A
earmuffs
week
for?
ago.
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's
Smart. So smart.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
Okay.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Okay,
Are
she
they
only
like
has
her
3.
pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not.
That's a sign, mate. That's a sign.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
Uh-huh.
Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
Yes, they are. God, it's like pulling the words
I've
out
seen
of his
beetles with
brain.
brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Okay, he did tell me to go up to the tower. To Flores. And something about the palette. This is so dramatic. Okay. Do we just click on the thing again?
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
The palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The paintbrush is still covered in dried red paint. Poppy says that Freya would mix all the colors she would need before starting her painting. The red substance on the palette and brush was discovered to be blood, not paint. Okay. I don't know if that's helpful.
Supposedly, Freya was
that's
looks like
the
she
same
was still
thing.
holding
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
I mean, do we see anything out of the ordinary?
Freya's painting supplies.
We've looked at those before. This is blood. Oh, hang on. I just thought of something too. Just as you said it about the paint bottles, I just saw that the labels are different. Those are his paints. This is Freya's red. How do I, like, make the game know that I noticed? How do I tell the game that I figured it out? Look at it! I see it! How do I... Can I tell the game that I figured it out?
Freya's painting supplies.
Or do I have to ask him? Just looking at them, I see that there is a mountain on this one and like a wave. Yeah, I have to talk to what's his face, Felix. Was that what Wait, but he was talking about the palette when he told me to go up here, so I don't know if there's anything else I have to look at. Ooh. Oh, we can do this. Birds? It's creepy. Hi, Shawnee. Welcome. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I don't know why I'm trying to whisper. I don't think it actually translates on my microphone.
Weird.
Honestly, that tape was freaking creepy.
It's someone humming a tune.
Okay. So Freya recorded someone humming? Let's listen to that one. I'm sure it still works. It just looks broken. Oh. It's Poppy playing the piano. Wait, what is an SCP? Do I just not remember what that means? Do I have to listen to it all?
It's piano music.
I mean, it's very nice. I wonder, is that the same tune as the one Poppy played us? Like her little thing she has on the wall. But honestly, that tape is creepy. I don't know why I find it so creepy. And now I can't hear anything. Did I break it? Oh, there's sound again. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't remember if that's the same tune, but honestly, it's creepy. I don't like it.
There's something about that pink cassette tape. Something
Yes.
suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
Yes, let's go. Oh wait, we were wanting to talk to Felix. Shit. Good thing I'm not distracted by anything. It's like you have to dangle
I
a
need to
little
confirm
shiny
something
thing in
with
front
you,
of my
Poppy.
eyes and...
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It
Don't lie.
belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
Oh,
It's
was
not
it?
mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
That's a fucking lie.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves
Yes.
Poppy used to like these colors.
I know. I know. It is a rabbit hole of a topic, so prepare yourself if you choose to find out more, because it is easy to fall down into stories and oh, so it's a dangerous topic for me. That happens a lot. I will put it on a list of things that I will definitely get lost in. Thank you. I enjoy learning new things and losing time, what is time anyways? Right, we're proving that Poppy used to like pink and flowers.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Okay, this... Wait, we found the tape in the garden? Oh wait, they're numbered? Oh no, this is so interesting. I thought this one was found at the crime scene. Pink cassette tape found in the crime scene matches the blonde girl that was used by Pop. Wait, pink cassette player. There we go.
Cassette tape found at the crime
Is that
scene
right?
matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
It is right, isn't it?
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
How do we prove it? Oh, okay, I get it.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends.
That sounds
Why'd you tear
like
it up and then hide it?
Warehouse
I
13.
think the answer is pretty straightforward. Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it.
I mean,
Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
she's not the
Reason
murderer.
She doesn't
I don't
want to
think.
look like that anymore.
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's
And
one
the
other thing I
fucking
want
crack
to know.
in it.
How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
Oh. Okay, I have to read. Okay. Less history, more the fuck. The SCP Foundation is a collaborative writing project that's been going on for 15 years. It's the internet's equivalent of a bunch of nerds sitting around a campfire telling spooky stories. Scientific documents used by its secret international organization dedicated to finding anomalous entities, locations, and concepts and containing them and keeping them out of the public. Oh, this sounds so fucking interesting. Ooh, this sounds so good. What did we learn? We learned I was right from the beginning that the girl in the picture is Poppy, which I didn't even question. I just figured, yeah, she had like a pink face and now she's in her goth phase. Good for her. So she was listening to this and something exploded. Clearly. Oh, he's still snoozing. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Felix about the paint and why did he steal Freya's paints?
Looks like Freya's paints.
I mean,
Do
sometimes
you know
weeping
why the
angels do
pots are
that.
cracked down one side.
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
Uh-huh. That wasn't suspicious at all.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
Good
It's
question.
Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I've been
I
carving
feel like you're not
for
one
a
of these
couple
people.
years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed, Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But
Sure.
my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first, and all that.
Wait. I didn't get the... I asked about the paints, but he didn't tell me anything. Do I have to ask about everything so we get to the suspicions part? Tell me why you have her red paint.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience.
She knew about
She
wood
was
carving?
ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially after
After what?
recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Tell me.
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow,
And they're also
was her
married.
grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just
Right?
say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old.
Oh,
she
wait.
came to live here shortly after.
I'm confused.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm
I was
afraid
thinking
not.
about Flora.
She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Oh, this is too many F names. F you all.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes, been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always
Oh,
something of
I'm
a
sorry.
lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone
Apparently
wolf
I
is
said
putting it
Nightbot
lightly.
too.
She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
I'm sorry, Shawnee.
She
That
just
is
likes
really not
time
that bad.
to herself, away from the company of other humans.
I have to check Nightbot's
Other
setting. That
humans?
really.
Other-
I think it's
yes,
just because it's too
other
many.
people. You
I don't know why it decided that. It's not even a word or a phrase, it's a letter. Yeah. As long as you know, it's fine. Yeah, I can see what it is. It's just, I don't know. I guess we don't appreciate too many letters. Just whatever. Yeah, it's just this whole family, or it's 2 families, decided to be annoying with naming their kids. And now I have to suffer. Do I want to know what Felix thinks of himself?
You're
Might
the
as well.
one currently basking in his
Oh,
presence.
jeez.
You tell me.
Let's move on.
Yeah, that was helpful.
My daughter Fiona, our little
Fifi.
burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her
Got
some
it,
weeks
Grandma?
ago. What's wrong with your real name? She told me, to get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real
Yeah, Katie,
reason
that's
she
a good
prefers
plan.
Fifi over Fiona.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
Oh. Now this makes me sad. And you still call her Fiona. You're an ass, Felix.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
The
Is
what?
that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we
Both have
wear,
red cloaks.
You know,
Oh yeah, you're
red capes,
a genius.
of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the
I
grapevine.
wonder why.
Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item.
Yeah, I figured
Something
that out.
called the Golden Beetle.
Wait, what?
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of
I
sensationalist
knew that she was
rubbish.
hired by
You
Pointer,
reckon?
Quite
Professor
sure.
Dude.
There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Of course. Thanks for being so enlightening.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never
Oh, that's
commits
so
to anything.
rude.
Brain like an onion.
Yeah, Professor Buttface.
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my
That's
daughter
your
doesn't
nephew.
like me at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely.
Beefy.
She's a very vigilant young woman. Percival Pointer.
Percival
Good old.
Pointer.
So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because
Yeah,
he's always
why?
struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
You're both dickheads.
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of
Oh,
course,
that's not
she's bringing
nice.
the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice
Yeah.
gesture, heartfelt, but futile.
Honestly, it's like two old men squabbling and other people suffering. I feel like I need to punch
Poppy's a
someone.
good
Can I
friend
punch
to
people
my
in this
daughter.
game?
Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different, like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still,
Beefy.
Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
You're honestly the worst.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the
Associates?
fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose
Yeah, that's
the
true. I would
name.
have definitely murdered him
does it
and
mean?
the
I
professor.
think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house.
Huh.
I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
I really don't like him. He just keeps.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
We take notes, it's important.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Yeah, I don't think you had anything to say about that.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way.
Okay.
But I can't recall.
It's. Wait. There's a clearly some kind of mer person, and they're connected to the history? like they're real? I mean, there's like weird magic soil that turns fruit into gemstones, so why am I surprised? But like there's a big old clue, like a big old puzzle staring him right in the face, and he doesn't even see it. He's definitely a seasoned adventurer.
I'm as confused as you are.
Yeah, I feel like that's his lying face.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
I mean,
Nothing
it looks
about it seems strange to you.
kind of
Well,
finished.
these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they?
Modern?
The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What's that
What about
supposed
the
to
knife
mean?
in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't.
What do you see?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
I'm fairly certain it's a feather. Sorry. I'm crunching. I can totally mute myself if it's annoying.
Does Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules
That's
to live by.
one of the things that actually makes sense.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass,
She
given the
died.
circumstances.
Ah, yes, so we shall.
That was not helpful.
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do.
There's a red rose on it, I just realized.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Uh-huh. That's a mystery we figured out.
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
I mean, it's clearly red lyrium from Dragon Age, which is not a good sign.
Freya was quite the talent. She had
I'm
a way
mostly
of
joking.
capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
I didn't think that was supposed to sound evil.
My daughter Fiona and her best friend.
Fifi!
They grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
So observant. Amazing. He should be proud of himself.
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Enchantment?
Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
I mean, we figured, alright, the diary
Teenagers
out
are
already.
funny, aren't they?
Yeah, so funny. I don't even know if there's anything of use to say, but I don't want to miss
That
anything,
looks like
so
it might
we're
belong
just
to
gonna
Fitz.
go through it
I've
quickly.
never seen that before. Looks valuable.
That's the first thing you see.
Now this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence.
I mean, how do you
Cunning.
conceal something in an open horn that's on eye level? Genius. Absolutely amazing. He's making me so
I've
angry.
never been one for music.
He's useless.
Why not ask Poppy instead?
It's hers. You're incredibly
dear.
useless.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
Oh wow, but he's still lying about Poppy. Interesting.
The statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements. But it's not too bad. Might be salvageable.
He's thinking about selling everything.
Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
I'm not taking your questions as anything of importance. Like you didn't realize there was a big old puzzle in your front yard.
Bizarre things, aren't they? Penelope seems rather attached to them.
They're
Do you not feel
birds.
sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to.
The cage is closed. It's definitely too small a cage for 3 birds.
That looks like it might belong to Fitz.
Yeah. He didn't tell us that, but it's obvious.
Goodness me! What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold.
Uh-huh. Didn't you just say there's no such thing?
There's
You're
something
annoying.
about Felix's painting
Yes.
supplies.
Thank you. We
Something.
wanted to
Let's
talk
ask
to
him
him
about it.
about it.
There's something about the image of
Oh.
Flora in the painting. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
Later. We're doing this one first. Why do you have the red paint?
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it.
Don't lie to
I
me.
used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
You took it
It's not your paint
from
pot.
Freya.
Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine.
Don't
I
lie
even
to
have
me.
Proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other
But
paint
not the
pots.
fucking
End
label.
of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with
Yes,
Felix's
yes.
red paint.
Come on. Let's
Something
do the
to
clue.
prove who it actually belongs to.
I want to prove him to be a liar. Freya's paint.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Let's go. Here, this one. Yeah, the lids were swapped. I didn't even realize that the lids were different. But so it wasn't an accident.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about
So,
paint anyway?
why
None
is-
of this is connected.
Why is
to
your paint
murder.
blood? I'm so confused. Wait, lake water? Oh, this one's more difficult. Okay, why is Felix stealing Freya's paint relevant to the murder? Good question. Because it's blood? Huh. Mm. This is the one that Freya used, which isn't hers, and this one was full of blood. Before Freya used to paint Flora.
This red paint pot was
Is it that
somehow
easy?
filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's
Okay, yeah.
definitely something. Right.
You think?
Fine. Here's the story. I
Uh-huh.
was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So,
You stole it.
I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment.
Wait,
but
swapped
it's
it with an
just
empty
paint.
one?
I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Okay. So he claims the pot he put into Freya's room was empty. So did Freya just decide, shit, I don't have any red paint, I'm gonna use my blood? If only Fifi could tell us whose blood it is. So something about
There
her
it is.
face.
The unfinished portrait of Flora.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway.
Looks that way.
True. He could learn something. But I don't think he actually manages to care. I mean, we tried talking to her. Oh, it's a suspicion. I mean, that worked so well.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So, what's going on?
Good question. She's not talking. It's not a knife. Oh, she's nodding!
We need
That's a
clue to compare
first.
with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
It's a feather. Now the question is, do I use these feathers or do I use this with the bird or this one with the bird? Let's try this one.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, okay. Okay. Feathers?
That kinda makes sense.
Okay. This one?
Let's take a closer
Okay.
look at this.
It was the last one I tried. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. It was an exact picture of the feather. The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink-dipped bird. I think that's what they're called.
The painted knife is actually just a
Yeah,
feather from an
we got a
ink-dipped
thing. I knew it was a feather. I've been
It's
saying
definitely
it
a
just
bright
so we're
shade,
clear.
But the
I feel
book's
like
not
I
in
need
color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red
Um,
and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes. Here we go. That's the next step.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
That I don't know. But was it her pet? I don't think it's Penny's pet, right? What? Betrayed Flora so she ate it? The ink dip bird. Oh, wait, is that the loss she suffered? The bird died? Now I get why the statue would be insensitive. If the bird's already dead and Freya is dead, And I don't know who the man in that little group is, but maybe he's also dead, because it didn't look like Felix. Then that would be really fucking insensitive.
The
Maybe?
bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Burp.
Maybe it flew away.
Flora
I think it
spends all
died.
her time staring out the window.
Either way, she
Oh, maybe
kept
it
the
flew
feather.
away.
I think it was pretty
Maybe it was
important to her.
taken.
All right.
A
So
bird
she
napping.
was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere
It
close
blew
by.
away
Yeah.
because something
she
created a
does,
sound wave.
Normally, this is where Flora
And this
usually
sounds
keeps her
like I'm
feather.
raving, but I'm pretty sure there's some kind of something happened that broke the paint pots. Wait, what am I doing? Somewhere Flora usually keeps her feather.
That we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Completely empty. Flora?
Anything?
She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not. There's something tucked.
Aww. A little baby bird. These are for you, love Freya. Aww. That's so lovely. It just makes me more sad. Like, clearly Freya didn't deserve to die. Whatever she was up to, she was nice to people. She was kind to people. Unlike someone else. Right. We questioned him. We questioned Fifi. I think we questioned Fitz and Poppy. Might as well go to Penelope and ask about the bird. Oh, shortcut. You know, it's a bit weird that she's dressed like a bird. Right? I'm not just imagining that. I still feel like I'm missing, like, some clues. Oh wait, we got one from Flora. So maybe we can find some other clues. Yeah, right? And like, Felix and Professor What's-His-Face. We only got like 2 or 3 suspicions so far. So we have to keep asking.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
Honestly, truth.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
Yeah, that's probably true.
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. you don't need to.
No, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it. She's a most unsavory little... She was
Interesting.
incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant
bird
bird
part?
arms or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean,
Uh-huh.
look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow.
Rude.
I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Ah.
Why
See, I knew she was hired by him.
It was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you...
I
not
figured it
know that?
out. I did know that, actually, because it was almost obvious. She was mostly nice about him.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds
She was
from a
just-
single spring.
She's the only one that
With their names
talked
written
to the
underneath.
other people.
I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
She's
Sounds like you two were
Freya was
close.
the only one that connected to the other
I feel
people
like
in
I
her
always
family.
struggled to articulate my admiration for her. But she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
That was just fucking tragic.
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kind of
Girl, do
sulky,
you
yeah.
even like
I
him
can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of
or
his.
know him?
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input. Can't say I've
Who
ever
decided
taken an
they should
interest
get
in Uncle's
married?
astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so
I guess.
what should
I
I
don't know.
do with that information? How does it help me?
I mean,
Tell me
it
if
doesn't
moves.
have to help you,
You're the one who memorized it.
but also I can't understand the concept of how big that is. But I just know the sun is just pretty big. It's fine to know that.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Oh, Jesus.
Who is she? Wait, is that
Really?
me?
This is so useless. They are insufferable. Oh, wait.
Did you talk to Poppy already?
Wait. I already asked about Poppy. She hates her. Which I guess has jealousy reasons.
No, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you.
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
Couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest.
Uh-huh. Sounds like it.
Finally, I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist.
I mean, I feel that's quite apt. I do understand that her upbringing wasn't great,
Goodness me. Poppy
But also-
really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it.
the amount of dramatic is
I'm
just
sure I've read about this creature somewhere.
too much.
Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though.
Okay, is it literally one creature?
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
Oh, I keep forgetting
We
to look
don't
up what
know.
the fucking
It's not
letter is
some-
about.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue.
Or a red herring.
I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling. Don't you
I mean,
think?
yeah.
It's
but also
Flora
she's
that's the
dead.
problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her. Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
So she's fond of her husband?
Oh, that's rather sad.
Oh, so she does have a heart.
Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it
Aw.
belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable.
And sad. Because her mother just left.
Oh, terrible.
You recognize it?
The color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene.
Oh, relax, lady.
Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities.
Actually, we learned that she does take care of her paints very well.
A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it?
I mean, what else are D&D miniatures?
If I'm not mistaken,
But not wood.
that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
Wow. I mean, even I can tell that's a bird.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew. Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
It's just a painting. It's not like they're making out.
Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
Beefy.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Wait,
oh, yes.
the bird is
Book
extinct?
is very old. Most
But-
of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one, well, was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
I mean, now the bird is gone.
misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
How do you know? Did you ask? Did the bird say, and the very last ink dip? I feel like they don't come with like a
Ooh, a secret
Jesus.
diary.
That's our guess too.
Excellent.
none of your business.
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
I mean, they do look very pretty.
Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
Did you give
We
it
found
to
it hidden
him?
under his bed.
Ah, right. Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
Jesus.
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is?
You are
In the
so
photo?
mean.
Absolutely no idea.
But even she won't tell us that it's Poppy, even though we figured it out already. But, like, even she won't tell us.
Lovely.
Even though she's so vicious. I didn't even hear what she said about the statue.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question. I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is
Tabitha,
Oh, that's
Tamara,
Tatiana is the
Tatiana.
oldest. Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
That
Glad we
doesn't help
cleared that
me
up.
which? What
anything.
about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
I mean, it looks like a bird. Sorry for asking.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them.
Oh.
Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The
It looks like you.
colors, the shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
The plant literally looks like you, Penelope. That's probably why Fitz gave it to you.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
Isn't
We found
it?
it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
We're
Who's the
detectives.
her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
Honestly, I feel like that's a copy and fit situation, and it has something to do with the rose bush.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I.
I think
Freya,
it was.
perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
The bird is gone, and Freya's gone, and everybody's.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
Yeah.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Let's go down. We have a new suspicion. I feel like I've.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
Later. Suspicion.
Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much.
Why?
Yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
I think he was holding a
Fifi
trowel.
did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
She thought the trowel was a knife.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a
That.
gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Fits. Nope.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
What?
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Shit. Is it the same soil? It's unique blue soil.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Fantastic. It's the same fucking soil. And found in a garden. Wait. Oh, there we go. The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
The pot and soil
There
in
we
Penny's
go.
room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
You know,
Let me guess.
it's a good thing you
Penny's
can't see me
flower
because
was
I'm definitely
originally a
doing
gift
victory
from you,
dances for
Fitz.
every little
There's
thing
no
I figure
way
out.
It's a coincidence.
No way, what's a coincidence?
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Ouch. He's trying. He's really trying. It's not his fault. Okie dokie, let's ask.
I feel like I'm standing in a giant birdcage.
You are. Suspicion.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You
Sure
wrote,
it
"Now
isn't.
I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually,
It's
it's not
weird
the
to-
message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
Uh-huh. They're from red
They're
roses.
from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
The paintings, I think. Yeah.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Birds.
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most
Not
people,
if
it would
you're a
be.
feckin'
But don't
bird.
forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Sending your birds. How and why did Penny decide to access the rooftop garden? A telescope? One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. The telescope. I'm pretty sure you could see the garden with a telescope, so she could have actually spied on them with a telescope. And steal evidence? I mean, the petals? They were not planning a murder. And nobody's stealing money. And distract them? I mean, it did work.
One of
Maybe?
Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and distract them. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Okay. But it didn't work?
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz, but it didn't work. Almost.
Oh, shit.
Maybe just change one thing.
I mean, the only thing I could think about...
Pointer's telescope was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz, but it didn't work. Nope.
Shit. Okay, fine. So it was this. Poppy and Fitz has to be that. Oh.
One of Penny's birds was used
So it
to
was
spy
the first-
on Poppy and
the first
Fitz
thing
and
I was
steal
thinking
evidence
about.
from them. We know those two have been
But
spending
I
time
dismissed.
together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
just not the jealous type. I never suspect fits of anything like that.
Sure.
Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
Which one's Tabitha? The
We
green
need
one?
a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
Okay, I know that one. Because that's a feather.
Let's take a closer look at these.
That one's the same as this bird.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it!
Sure.
Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
Just a
Don't
bit.
understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days.
I mean,
Being
maybe
with
it's because you
Poppy
don't
Seems to
fucking
bring him out
care.
of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little...
Uh-huh.
I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Great. That's helpful. I think the last person... Yeah, maybe it's because you're shitty. Have you ever thought about that? Last person to question is the professor. Look at him with his weird roof-shaped haircut. Let's go. Oh, you asked about people already. Can't remember that. It's fine.
So, which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are two towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Yeah, it's a good dance.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
I don't like
Not
his beard
exactly
stroking.
a wealth of information,
annoying.
is it?
It's enough.
Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
Oh,
It's
you're
not really
annoying.
decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the
It's
same.
not. It's plastic.
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The
Huh.
poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
Why are you so insistent about that?
Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
I still forgot to read the letter again.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
How?
A knife with real blood on it?
Not a knife.
The whole thing is rather vulgar.
How is it vulgar? Freya didn't paint the painting expecting to be murdered.
Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
Huh.
Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical.
That's not true.
I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends.
Do you also have it gilded and on a high shelf with spotlights on it, or is it more like stuffed in a corner?
Is this important?
Possibly.
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license. This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a
Yeah, I
hobby.
figured.
Keeps his mind from decaying, you know?
But I also, for a second, thought maybe you also have like a symbol of a cracked egg as like, I don't know where my brain went for a second there, but yeah, I understand.
Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating
Wow.
interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Poppy's two closest friends.
Ah,
Freya looked
right.
so innocent
I guess
there.
you have to have some symbol. Wait, we did find out how to pronounce it, right? The shark. It means blue shark, so I'm gonna go with that. I think it was. No, I don't remember. It's bad. My brain can't hold on to things.
That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put.
Don't give us compliments. We don't like you.
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
Sure.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
Because it's fun. Because he's good at it. Because he enjoys it. I don't know, party pooper.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on.
It's a
It's just a
trowel.
gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
You look like a weapon to me.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing
Yeah.
a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes.
Right, we have one playing a trumpet, we have one playing a lute, and we have one playing a harp.
Oh my.
True.
This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano.
Oh.
Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's
That
piano
makes
teacher
it
was her mother.
Even
Of course.
sadder.
Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
Oh wait, that's your daughter. So Primrose was your wife. I'm not surprised Primrose left. Not
what
anymore.
A precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
Is he really saying Poppy hasn't changed? Like, have you looked at your daughter in the last, I don't know, 3 years, probably?
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears.
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
That, I understand why.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Oh, piss off, it was a good clue.
That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then, aren't we all trapped in a
Yeah,
cage?
it definitely is. Like, it isn't a surprise that Poppy had these 2 different sides.
What kind of flower is that?
We're not
It's a
sure.
penny flower.
I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either.
He knows more.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
What the fuck is up with
I
that?
can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever
Sure.
walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
It's gone. I don't like him. He annoys me. I don't know how to get the other suspicions. But right, the letter. I wanted to look at the letter again because I forgot what it's about. The envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Ooh. Okay. This has to do with the harp and with Freya, I think. Freya was looking for something. Freya was a soul bearer. Works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. What the fuck even is that? I saw them all 5. Eyes blacked out. This is so weird.
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be
You
great.
do that. I don't know what's next. Oh, wait. Oh, so we've got suspicions out of people. But not from, wait. Hawkeye or Hawkeye? Not Hawkeye, Hawkshaw. Not from Hawkshaw and not from Pointer. But we know... Oh, I haven't asked her. Oh, I'm so dumb.
You truly consider this a case file?
Don't be
What's wrong
rude.
with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
Clearly, we need to finish this,
Where'd you
otherwise we
dig that
won't
up?
get the last
wasn't
bits
buried.
of
It was underwater.
suspicions.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
The green tape was the weird one, the creepy one.
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
No.
We're working on it.
That's a no, then.
Oh, shut up.
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No.
No.
Uh,
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told? A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
oh,
what
that's
a cop-out.
nothing.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
Why did it crack?
Paints.
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I'd tell
helpful.
him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he? These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out
great.
to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimor, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
We do actually have a fun adventure. I'm just sad that
Photograph
Freya's
of
dead.
Freya. Could be important. A book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that. A diary? Have you read it?
Not
Yes.
yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
I mean,
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stones straight from the
I mean,
earth?
Fitz isn't selling them, so is it for financial gain?
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
I mean, it wasn't lying around though, was it? It was in a lockbox under his bed.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
We definitely have a law degree.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange.
It's Puppy. We know that. I guess the
One
game
of
doesn't
3
know. We know.
statues depicting the same creature. This
3.
one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not
Nope.
headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music.
Sure.
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Sure.
Not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
Oh, she's gonna punch us if she could.
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would.
They might.
And you consider that important evidence, do you?
Yes, it is.
These people really are ridiculous, aren't they?
Yes, they are ridiculous, unfortunately.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Spoil sport.
Does Flora still own that bird?
No.
Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
Yeah, if I was a bird and I could fly away, I'd be gone in an instant. We talked about every person. Okay, this didn't get us anywhere. I'm wondering what I'm missing. Oh, have I? No, I've asked her, right? No, I haven't. I mean, she doesn't answer, so I don't know if there's a point. Whoops. Yeah, that's not helpful. But at least it's quick.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora?
We know
Some
it
people have
already.
been saying it's a knife.
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty? Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked?
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies?
Staring out of the window.
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
And been being sad.
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
Freya, her bird, and somebody else, and not her daughter or her husband. Yeah, she has I mean, she doesn't have a wind machine, obviously. She has open windows, but it's like perfectly timed.
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter?
Like, she doesn't seem to
Have
care.
you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
I really thought she was going to say something there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's hers. Nothing. Nothing. Nope. More nope.
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Oh, is one of them maybe from the
Do you know
ink drip
anything about
bird?
these birds? Or birds in general?
Yeah, that was...
Do you know anything about this beetle?
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Oh, is that a nod? Maybe. It doesn't do anything. Okay, but that was 2 achievements about talking to people about things. What am I missing? Yeah, I'm still missing these 2 suspicions, but I don't know how to get them. And I feel like clearly there's 2 things missing here. They have to be, or I would be very upset. Just for the symmetry of things. I mean, obviously there's something suspicious, I just don't know where to get it. It's the photo of painting with Fifi. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Do you mean like this one? Oh, did I forget to ask her about it? I might have. I don't always have been going the... Oh, you're right. And oh, Flora's drawing. I can ask people about the... And I forgot the gramophone too. Thank you.
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Huh, okay.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
I mean, I feel like that's more than some people see.
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother, like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Yeah, I don't think she's happy with that. What do you mean there's a note on the back? Can I turn this over? Oh, that's the note. Whoops. Never mind, I knew about the note. Who could we ask? Definitely ask Poppy. She looks so scared every time we talk to her. I'm so
How
sorry.
sweet.
Oh, that wasn't helpful. Have I asked... Oh yeah, I've asked Hawkshaw. And... Yes, let's start up there. We asked Fifi. We asked Flora. Who are we missing?
These drawings are quite
Oops.
precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Have you asked Pointer? You must have, right? I don't remember. Maybe. Maybe you should be nagging me about going to bed. But I feel like I want to achieve something, and I haven't yet. Maybe I can ask people about the drawing and then be done. I really wanted to figure... Oh, we've asked. Who else could we be asking? Sounds like there are many people left. Oh. I always forget where he is.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note in the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
That wasn't helpful. I asked everybody, I think.
Yeah, it's a big...
There are weeds in there.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's more.
Something is weird about this. The harp? Yeah, but I don't know. I still feel like we're missing the clues.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take
Yeah.
another look?
It's like we have 4 symbols. Birds and piano. Could be Poppy and Penelope, or even Flora. But the mouth and the bell is confusing. And then... Oh, you think there... Oh,
Let's
there probably is
come
something.
back later.
I don't think the harp is solvable right now. It feels like... Have I missed something in here? Probably.
A picture frame.
With no picture.
Right, we've looked at that.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally? Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos. There's something kinda... I just expected a bit more from an astronomy tower.
Oh, does it not compare to
Oh,
all the other
I mean,
astronomy
that's
towers
one
you've
way
been
to solve it. That's true.
It's too cloudy to see.
It's also daytime.
Yeah, what is he looking at?
Every astronomy tower needs
I want to try.
Oh, that's it. He's being creepy.
You can see right into Flora.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. Behind her is the back side of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from...
Is that a window?
Yes.
I think it is.
We saw that before.
Is there another room above?
We should check that next time we're over there.
Oh, is that what we're looking for?
I can just about see the gramophone.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the
Don't you
window.
think it would fall off?
Maybe it's glued down.
Is that the plant that's in the book with about the bird?
It's too dark back there. I can't really see anything.
I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges. It's the tower opposite this one.
Yeah. I
Isn't
mean,
this
obviously...
supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for
I
astronomy.
can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
Wait, you can't move it? So it's just a creep telescope?
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habits. Something.
I mean...
Ask him about it.
Yes. This is absolutely fucking suspicious and creepy.
So, Professor, what
Yeah,
interests you
Professor.
about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind
Ah,
to the
we gotta
wider
eviscerate
universe,
him.
it cannot be unexpanded.
What?
Mhm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Stop
Convenient?
Why
being
do you ask me these
this
things?
way.
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're a stalker. You're not
not
interested.
really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
You're
I think
staring
you're interested
into a
in a
telescope during the
slightly
day
different field of research.
in the stalking field. This one maybe?
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects.
Oh, bullshit.
My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far
Your ego
away.
is inconceivably
Right.
large
That's why you like using your telescope so much.
during the
Yes,
day.
naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, into
about
Freya's room. Flora's room. Too many F names. Does Pointer really use his telescope for astronomy? No. I was actually looking at the crime scene. And not at the
Pointer's
sky.
telescope was actually looking at the crime
Aye.
scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Stalking,
Why
being
would I
creepy,
need to spy on
all
Flora?
of the things.
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You
Yeah.
think somebody stole it from you.
That's why you hired Hawkshaw.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen.
Uh-huh.
Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand.
It's all about money.
Freya was always sneaking around. Both towers and in the gardens, too. She was definitely up to something.
Yeah,
So,
but something
this
different.
next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did
Yeah.
you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Laura?
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark, and the telescope isn't
Oh.
at a very good angle.
And it's
That's
also
why I
a
decided
telescope.
to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Wait.
Freya was definitely
Something to do with the statue in the
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
Later. We were supposed to look at the thing at the top. Because, I mean, I've seen that there was something on top from, like, just from the picture, I think. Oh, that's creepy. Why is there a wolf?
It's a statue of a wolf. Standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Oh! Wait. Is that a stuffed werewolf, or...
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
It looks like a Coptic jar.
What is that?
Like the things the Egyptians kept the organs in when they buried people.
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Like a curtain? A real thingy. Yeah, I like that.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Open it!
At least the moths are kept well fed. Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious. Nothing catching my
I'm
interest.
sorry, is this spooky attic?
Kinda.
Just dusty junk.
Unhelpful.
Just dusty junk.
Okay.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry, is this...
Kinda.
Is that it? Creepy, stuffed, potentially actual werewolf and a jar with a wolf head and a real thingy? Is there anything else we can click on?
Nothing catching my interest.
Okay.
Kinda.
Fine. What else do we have? I didn't think we found anything. Excuse me, there's a new thing. How did
This
it get
wasn't
here?
before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like...
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two. Freya. I see what it is and what it does, and I know it's gonna give us the combination. I just don't know how to play the music for it. Is Freya alive or is Freya a ghost?
What do you think? Is it really from...
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
oh, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to us.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Oh, what's happening? What was that? I mean, this is exactly the shapes that we need. Oh, I understand.
I'm still not sure about...
Should we take another look?
I am, because like we need a clock, a bell to make sounds, and then we get a shape. We need someone to sing and we get a shape. We need a song to play on a piano and we get a shape. And a bird.
Let's come back.
Yeah, that's not the point. I figured out how to solve the puzzle, which is important as well. But also we were supposed to go to the front. Because there's still a murder. Katie, how long do you think is still left in this game? Like, this feels like we're close, but I don't know, and I don't want to leave it unfinished because it's gonna bug me. A whole other stream's worth? Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. Well. So maybe should we end with the review or maybe start with the review next time? That might actually make more sense if we like reviewed our case at the start of next stream maybe. So we know what happened. Or, well, I know what happened because I will definitely forget half of the things. And remember useless details, like always. Yeah, that I feel that words, come on. I feel like that makes the most sense. Okay, I mean it's also almost midnight, which it's maybe time for, well, not time for bed because too wired, but time to wind down and try to get to a point where I can sleep. Yeah, definitely. I've been bad about going to sleep lately, so I shouldn't keep streaming and keep my brain awake even longer, because then it takes even longer to fall asleep. No, but this was, at the beginning it felt like I wasn't getting anywhere, but now things are heating up and I'm so curious about everything, and I'm mad at least 3 of the people. Definitely want to punch 2 of them. So this is just, honestly, it's a great game. It's so fun. I wish there were more games like this. Like, this is like just the right kind of combination of things to keep me super invested and interested, and I like it and I love it, and thank you for that, by the way. Again, that was awesome of you to give me that game, because honestly, it's so much fun. Right. Anyways, exactly. We're gonna end here because oh, yeah, because also my voice seems to be on the way out. Yeah, it's great, honestly. It's just so fascinating. Where was I? My brain is definitely mush. I wanted to say thank you for... Oh right, I have my little thing, my little outro, because then I won't ramble so much. But before I do that, I want to say that I hope next Monday will be a stream. I haven't managed the last 2 Mondays, I think, because I felt awful waking up and just the whole day, so I decided to be mindful of my health and not stress myself too much. But I hope I can do Monday. If not, definitely Thursday. But it's... yeah. Honestly, today, somehow, I managed to feel better for... I got shit done. I managed to tackle a big pile of laundry, which I haven't defeated it yet, but I have started to diminish it, and that has honestly felt like I accomplished a thing. And maybe I need to focus on doing things like that. Just having things that feel completed and finished in a short period of time to give me the, I don't know what hormone it is, dopamine, serotonin, the one that makes me feel better about myself when I finish tasks, and not just start them or stare at them and never even attempt them. Anyway, that was Mental Health Corner. It's been a thing. We are having a time. And we just have to all look out for each other and hope we'll get to see the sun soon. Or something. Or just, feel better. Right. Until Monday or Thursday or... well, we'll see. Hopefully Monday. That's the plan. Plans might change. I hope you're not mad at that. This is still new to me, and sometimes it's a struggle. But I'm having fun. I hope you're also having fun. And, right. This is, I think, where is it? Time for the thing. I'm trying to remember to say. Thank you for joining me on my little adventure today. You were all very great and helpful quest buddies. And until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and get yourself a little treat if you want to, always. because you deserve it. And much love to everyone. And I'm being really mushy, but I really appreciate this. This is good for me, and I'm still rambling even though I wrote my little thing. See you guys hopefully next time. Thank you for being with me. Goodbye.